Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the second episode of the Tottenham Hotspur series. I'm sorry there hasn't been a video for a few days. I explained in the last video that I was going away, so just in case anyone was wondering where the videos were and you didn't see it in the last video, then that's why. So I have got a bit ahead of myself here. We've ended up finishing the season, just like being on the train and getting bored playing FM, and then getting to a position where I could finally record and finding out I was at the 25 game mark. So I thought, well, it's going to be a bit of a weird episode coming like 3 quarters into the season. So I just thought I'd finish it and then get back to the normal routine of around 3 episodes a season next season. So we'll head over to the fixtures now and just do a brief summary. The Premier League was a bit patchy really, apart from the spell here in the middle of the season where we went, well, one loss only to United in 15 or so games, is that? I'm not so sure. But at the end of that period, we were actually in second position and not far behind United, who were top. And I was starting to believe that maybe we were good enough to push for a title. But then it started to catch up with us a little bit. Involvement in the UEFA Cup meant that we were getting a lot of tight fixture schedule, and went through a 5 game spell here where we didn't even pick up a win, and it just started to end up like that. We couldn't get many goals. Berbatov stopped scoring towards the end. I'm looking to replace him in the summer because he seems to have have got to his peak and just slowly starting to let his form and performances drop now really. As for the other competitions, they were absolutely useless. Didn't get past a round in the Carling Cup. FA Cup struggled past Charlton to get knocked out by Swansea, both after replays. And the Europa League, we lost to Fulham. So it was not really a successful season. The Premier League, we came fourth. I was happy with this. In fact, I was delighted with this. Champions League was all that I wanted after the midway point of the season, especially after that blip in form that we had. So we nicked fourth on the final day, and I did this about 20 minutes ago, and it was very dramatic. Alright, let's get the Premier League back up. No, I want Blackburn. Here. We went 1-0 up through Ledley King, and then at that stage, Wolves had just scored against United away from home. United going, like, still challenge. If they won that game, they won the title. So there was a lot in it for them. But yet Wolves took the lead at Old Trafford. I was hoping that United would do us a favour. So that would actually have left Wolves finishing top at that stage. Then Yakubu scored. Vucevic, never really know how to pronounce his name, scored, and I had my head in my hands. We were behind City at this point in 6th place. All of a sudden, Chicharito scored for United. We got a goal back. I was thinking, it's on, but I still had my head in my hands. I wasn't giving myself false hope here. A penalty in the 94th minute. Luka Modric steps up, gets us Champions League football. Fantastic. Finally, a bit of luck on Football Manager for me. I was absolutely delighted with that. So it left us in 4th place. So we're looking towards next season now and trying to build for a Champions League campaign. And there was a few transfers that happened and a few that are going to happen. So I'll take you over there and show you what's been going on. We made 3 new signings in January. The first one was Jan Villa for £11 million. I'm sure a lot of you have known about him. He's a really good little defensive midfielder, good passer of the ball, a lot of strength. Not the tallest, but he's a bit like a Diarra from Stade Rennais. But he was unhappy at Stade Rennais, so I got a scout report on him. Said I could get him for about £11 million. So I did, and I was really happy with it. I bought him at the time that our form started to drop, which was a bit confusing because I thought he was going to be a brilliant player for us. So he's sat out the last few games. He got a broken toe as well. Oh, that'll be why he sat out the last few games, really. But the games that he has sat out, and Tiote played again, we've been doing really well. So I'm not 100% certain about Villa at the moment. He's still got to prove his position in the team. Then we brought in Christian Tello just for a bit of squad play. I was struggling to field 3 or 4 like substitutes in some games in the league, and ended up having to delve into the under-18s. So this guy was just a useful player to bring in for the bench, really. He's not an amazing player. In real life, he's class, and he's probably going to turn out to be one of the best players Barca have in the coming years. I really do like him in real life, but on the game he's not been too great for us really. Lucas Moura as well. I got a scalp on this guy after ended up like finding him. I know of him, but never really had him off of manager or played against him. I realised I could get him for £14 million in Scout, so I thought, well, with the potential he's got, which is 4.5 stars, it's worth a dig really. Surely in the future I'll be able to get 20 million even if it goes horribly wrong. So I was glad I managed to get this guy. He got his first goal a few games ago for us, 3 assists, been chipping in with his mainly substitute appearances so far, so I was happy with that. And as for future transfers, I'm trying to get this guy from Inter. He turns out to be a good player, I think. I noticed on one of Rick or Total Team Talk's recent videos in the World Cup, he was playing for Italy and scoring goals for them, so he's on the transfer list. The scout report says that I could get him for 3.7 million. I thought again it's worth a dig. I like building for the future, and he'll be one of them. These two don't look likely. This guy is joining a regen. I love my regens on this game. I think that it's just such a great aspect to Football Manager. You can find your own talent. 14-year-old, really good potential again if we get it right with the training and get him playing games. Hopefully he'll be a good player for us. And we're also bringing in Ika Munain, who I really like him. Not so much liking him how he ripped my team to shreds in Europe this season, but I'm looking forward to being able to play with him. I actually went on a bit of a personal scouting mission. I was quite chuffed with myself for this. Went and watched an Athletic game against Levante, I think it was, and they smashed them 4-0. Munain played brilliantly, and that was the determining factor, so I bought him. He has a release clause, which I think is quite interesting, for 21 million. So I got that down to 20 million. And for the player that he becomes in the future, I think that's a pretty good price. So hopefully he'll be able to bring an extra dimension to our play next season. So that's all I've got to report on, to be honest. The next episode will probably be after like a month of next season, where I'll fill you in on the transfers and everything. And now we've started off the season, and next season we'll get back to the 3 updates a season at midway point. Well, the start, the midway point, and the end season. So this isn't any new format or anything. This is just because I didn't have any way of recording. So thank you everybody for watching, and I would like to thank everybody who has recently subscribed, because when I got back I looked on YouTube and my subscriber had doubled, so I was so happy with that. Every person who clicks that subscribe button, I love you, because it really does inspire me to make more videos. And if you do subscribe, I will check out your channel, as I have been doing with everybody so far. So thank you so much, and please do tune in for the next episode. So stay safe everybody.